All right, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Book of Liquor. You're on with Jovan Too Good
and Dion.
And today we got a very special guest. A lot of different topics we're gonna get into, but I do want to introduce our guest, Kendall. I don't know why I keep saying Kendall.
It's all good.
Kendall. You know, I messed up Diamond's name too. You remember that?
I feel like
I was saying Billinger. It was actually Billinger.
I think from now on, I think you should just pre-learn names or just pre-sign out names before.
It might be my accent. You know,
accent, brother man. You know,
I don't know.
Okay.
It's some kind of accent.
Kendall,
Word.
how you doing today, brother?
I'm doing good.
I'm happy to have you on the show.
Happy to be here.
All right, so we got Kendall on the show because Kendall is not only an entrepreneur, but he is very known in his community. And Kendall is, I perceive him as like one of the greatest people I've ever met. I met him working with him through one of our close associates. He is very diligent when it comes to his work, very professional, and funny as hell. I don't know why. I think he's funny, but he's a cool dude.
Taking shots at you already.
So Kendall, why don't you tell us about yourself, man?
I'm a photographer here in Chicago, entrepreneur. I'm gonna mess you up with the name again, real quick. So Kendall, it's my government name, but most of the people in the photography community refer to me as Kinmiar.
Kinmiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Kinmiar. That's the Instagram tag too. So
Kinmiar. Okay.
Yeah. Granted, family members don't care about none of that. It's Kamaya to them.
Kamaya.
But that's a completely different. That's a completely different conversation. But yeah, man, I've been living in Chicago my whole life. Grew up in Inglewood, and then went to high school in a boarding school out in Aurora. Went to college at Robert Morris, where I met our boy Eric.
Shout out to Eric.
That's my
Shout out to Eric. Soul of Chicago.
And I should have wore one. I should have wore a shirt. I'm tweaking. I should have wore.
It's all good. I had a hoodie I ain't put on. Eric, I got you next time.
My bad, Eric, man. But one of my really good friends actually, and a little bit after that, I started getting into photography due to some personal reasons. Just trying to find like an outlet. Yeah. Then got good at it, and then just started appreciating art, and then it just started, going that way.
Yeah.
That's what's up. How old are you?
I'm 41.
41?
Yep.
Bro.
Yeah.
I would have never guessed that.
41. Yeah.
But you already know what they say. I ain't even got to say it, but you know what they say.
They say black don't crack.
Black don't crack.
Of course it don't.
You
Dude, man, let me tell you, but I can't tell you.
But 41, that's
41.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
41, man. Like, I haven't been letting stress show it on my face, but
What's been a secret? Because I know you got girls. You got a girl.
You know what? Yes.
Because that's the biggest stressor right there.
So, but
is these women.
It's different. That one is a little different because I met my son's mom back when I was 25, and she had a daughter who was 14, 15 years old. So that's who I consider like my daughter, right? We're only like 10 years apart, but she has not been stressful. Okay. She's probably one of the most amazing people that I've ever met on the planet. She just got engaged over the weekend, doing a baby shower for her first child. Oh,
that's what's up. So no bad blood between y'all.
And that's
between me and my son's mother.
Yeah.
No, that's my homie. Like, I mean, my relationships with everybody is gonna have their ebbs and flows. Don't nobody like fuck with me 100% of the time.
Yeah.
I can name like one or two people that like mess with me and it hasn't changed,
right.
But with everybody dealing with me, you have your ebbs and flows. You're gonna have days, weeks you hate me, days, week you love me, but that's my dog. Like Demita is that's my family.
That's
good because you don't really get that nowadays, You
don't get that, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I'm still learning to kind of work through because, it's probably maybe like 90% of the time where I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But I can't. But then it's like that 10%. It's like, okay, I guess you cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yo, because people, like, she ain't an angel. Like, people are human. You know what I'm saying? And I think what has helped me is kind of just like to take people for who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, not to say anything wrong with her, but just like, even I have things that irritate people. Take me for who I am, though. She got things that irritate me. I take her for who she is. And in the middle of it, you got my son and our daughter Jordan, right? And it's like, if us being cool and getting around like very small insignificant things that might bug us between one another, to keep the family you kind of like good even while we're not together, that's a benefit. And we've definitely been on the same page in that regard. The my son's view on our family trumps whatever issues that we had. And the issues wasn't even super big. It was just like just incompatibility for the most part, I think. But we're good friends. Romantic incompatibilities. Of course. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know.
That's awesome. Do you think money play a role in it? As long as she's getting that money, you good? I mean, she good? What? Like,
man, so she get support, but not in like like the traditional sense, and like I'm out here paying like child support a bunch, like, cause she understands that life is life out here and motherfuckers gotta work and grind and stuff. But when she called, I'm there. I even moved. When I moved, I made sure I lived close by, so like her day to day ain't really changed in regards to having assistance and picking my son up from school, being there for his games and stuff like that. So the relationship in regards to how we deal with our son and parent, it hasn't changed. I just moved. Okay. So like, I wasn't paying child support when I was living with her. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really pay child support now that we're not in the same home either. But which is a blessing indeed. You know, kudos to her on that. Because I think a lot of women would maybe take advantage of that. But I think that's just a testament to her respect for me as a dad, as a person.
That's what's up.
But
so I heard you said, I think she said she getting. I may have heard this, but you said she's getting married.
No, Jordan, our daughter is getting married. So Jordan is 31.
Oh, okay.
And she got her doctor's degree before she hit 30. Met this really cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Really good family. And we were down there in Cincinnati for what you call it, baby shower.
Yeah,
and he proposed during the baby shower. Fantastic,
man. So by that being, your bonus baby. That's what my mama. That's what Mama called me, like a bonus baby.
Indeed.
So you are a big factor as a father figure in her life. Does she have one? Does she have her own father? Or
her. I mean, I won't talk too much about that, but like he just really he was absent. He wasn't a part of her life at all.
Which is good that you stepped up. Because I feel like a father is crucial to the development of a young woman, and I feel as though in hearing that's actually really commendable on your part.
I appreciate that.
He's asking because he's on his way to being a stepdad.
I'm not on my way.
He is.
I'm on my way.
You are a stepdad?
No, I'm stepping up and doing. I don't consider myself. See, like I was born, like I was raised by a lady who was not my mother for a long period of time in my life.
Yeah. And
she doesn't even consider me like her step kid or anything like that. She considers me, what I said, was her bonus baby.
Yeah.
So you consider
this one
your bonus baby.
Yes.
I don't want to throw names.
I don't have
no. Right.
So I don't have kids. So I'm getting the experience.
So does she call you daddy?
No. She doesn't. No, she don't even have to. I'm just a guy. I'm here for her and I'm supporting her.
Yeah.
And over time, she's 14. So
okay.
Yeah. And over time, like I'm not rushing the relationship between me and her. And I see.
But she has a dad, right?
Yeah, she has a dad, and he's active. He's active too.
He's actually an active father.
Yeah, he's active too.
So then, why do you need to play a role in that?
Well, because I'm with her mother, and I see myself being married to her mother in the future.
That's what's up.
So what does she call you?
Who?
What does she call you right now? Just Dion?
Yeah.
And then when y'all get married, then what she's gonna call you? Dad?
Dion.
Yeah.
She can call me Dion. Oh, I don't know what she gonna tell other people, but I'm not pushing the narrative on her calling me father or anything like that. Yeah, just be herself. And like I say, me and my girl have been together for what, 2 and some change now.
Okay, I thought you were about to say 10.
No, 2 and some change. And you know, her mother chose to get to know me first before I was introduced to her daughter.
Yes.
So it's just now that we are starting to develop like a type of relationship to where even to the points where she'll call me, like I think it was like a couple days ago, she called me because she said she was frustrated and she needed somebody to talk to, and I listened.
Man, that's love, man.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And I think.
Have you thought about like the structure of what that's gonna look like?
Like
in terms of I'm saying in terms of like, are you able to discipline her?
I mean,
are you able to tell her things?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say like as far as like harsh discipline, but like if she come over my house and she eating and she don't wash a dish out,
You
and
can
I'd
say
be
something
like,
to her.
I'd be like, hey, come on, you see that this clean, go clean it.
Yeah.
You know? But anything else that I feel as though that, needs discipline, I refer to her mother because that's
her dad, right?
Her mother. Well, I don't, me and him are cool. I'm not saying me and him got like I can call him and talk to him all day, but that's whatever they do decide to discipline their daughter is on them.
Yeah.
But I live with her mother.
Yeah.
We together.
Yeah.
If I see something that say, hey, you might want to talk to her about, then I refer to her mother and let her mother do what she has to do because that's her mother.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What was your nickname again?
My nickname. I don't have a nickname.
What was the name that you said?
Oh, Kinmiar.
Kinmiar. Because I was going to call you Kendall again.
It's all good. You can do either
damn
or.
accent.
It's all
Bro,
good. You
what
can do
accent,
It's an accent, man.
What?
It's an accent.
It's Kindle.
I'm gonna start using that. No, but you can do Kindle or that. It's all good.
I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
So you were in her life, for a good portion of her life, right?
Yeah.
Was there any like hiccups and stuff, like being in that stepfather role? Like, was there any like hiccups in terms of, was there ever any point where you felt disrespected or felt like, why am I even taking on a role that's not mine or something like that? Because I know a lot of men feel like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of just want you to touch on that because
For sure.
I don't want to get it. I don't want to give
mind you, he's asking these questions because he was once married and his ex-wife had.
Yeah, I went through some shit. I went through some shit, but I don't want to give my biased opinion. So
Understood, yeah.
I want you to just tell the viewers because a lot of guys are listening to this and they're gonna want to know these type of answers. Like me, my shit is gonna be harsh. I can give you some good stories, but I can't give you anything solid right now because it's not solid right now.
Speaking your truth.
But yours, you kind of, you've raised her since she was a child, like 14, 15, you said, right?
Yeah.
And she's 31 years old now. My thing is that at what point, were there any points where it was like, you felt like, okay, damn, what am I doing this for? Because I don't even feel like I'm being respected or anything like that. Was there anything that happened like that?
So like, no, honestly. Like, I think that, and I can't take a lot of credit for the young ladies, like, how she was when I came in. She's come from a good family. Her mother did her thing with her, so she was respectful, but obviously there was a little bit of like, I won't even say turbulence, but it's just like filling each other out, but not to a degree where it even needs a spotlight. Honestly, it's just smooth to me.
Yeah.
I think once we got pregnant with my son, and I think that was maybe just like a shock for her when she was like, because I think she was 15 at the time. 15, 16 at the time. And I was, shocked. Like, she's been the only child. It's just been her and her mom.
That's so normal. Long. Yeah. And
it's like, man. But I think that she came around smoothly because, again, she's a good person then as she is now. And after that, it was just smooth. You saw her being a good big sister. We never had turbulence. I think, hell, most of the time she was nicer to me than my son's mom. But yeah, no, her mother did just an awesome job at raising her. So I never experienced that. I've seen it though. Mm-hmm. So like, just to say that, like, I got lucky. You know what I mean? I had to look at it. I got lucky. Like, that don't happen for everybody. But I mean, and I say this often enough to my mom even. And my mom says, like, yeah, you got lucky with getting to meet as at least your son's mom, because
even mom saying that.
Yeah, like, cause she, it could have been a lot worse for both of us.
Yeah, it could have. Especially if the dad was around too, right?
No, he wasn't around.
Right, I'm saying had he been around, it probably would have been a little bit different.
I don't know. It depends on him and his character. Like,
And raising her, does that help? Did that help you raise your, like, know how to, like, you know, come up and raise your child once your child was born?
Your son.
Like, the tools, like some of the tools that you
No, because is it still different?
Okay.
I think that, you know, helping Demita raise Jordan, which is still 70-30, right? Demita was still doing,
of course, yeah,
a lot of the, if not all of the legwork. I was kind of just like, there is a person for Jordan to come to when she felt like she couldn't necessarily talk to her mom about something, or you know, like, and you know, give her advice that I wanted her to know about, like, young men out here. You know, I remember one time I told her, like, I'm probably the only man in your life that's not gonna lie to you. Like, which is
exactly
which is needed.
Yeah,
which is needed. Yeah,
and why is that?
Because
you can say it, but why is that?
Because, you know,
because you're not trying to have sex.
I'm
with
not
her. That's why.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
You know, I'm looking out for her well-being, and yeah, a lot of young men that she would run into in that conversation we had when she was in high school.
Right.
But you know, they little niggas want to get stuff out of you. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I feel as though that's a conversation that's good to have, you know, especially being a male figure, like, you know, you know, just letting them, like, putting her up on game on how guys can be, you know, just be, you know,
she's never been, like, she's not a dummy either. Like, she was always up here in regards to just like thinking and not being never was boy crazy. She was goal oriented. So like I said, her mom and the family she come from, her aunts and stuff, like A1 strong women, smart women, and she carried that. She's carrying their legacy to even further than they have in some degree, in my opinion.
So, thank you for that.
But to answer your question, is different because my approach with her was more of a male figure. I wasn't coming in there trying to be her dad.
And I think that's the difference.
I wasn't trying to do that. It was just, I'm just trying to be there, somebody you can trust. I'm with your mom, but you trust. And my son, completely different, because it's like, hey man,
I get it. I mean, because
completely different. I'm totally harder on my son than I would ever be with Jordan. I had no reason to ever be hard or raise my even voice at her. Like, it never came to anything close to that.
So on that note, Javon, given the two different experiences of two males who have bonus babies, and also you as a person have a bonus baby, what's your relationship like?
Please.
I mean, my experience was similar to you guys's at the beginning. It was very different. Like, I'm telling you right now, I thought exactly like you guys thought. Same thing. Like, I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna support. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to be helpful, because you know you're with the mom, and you want to be able to show her that you got her back and you're down for her. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, there was times where I bought her clothes and stuff like that, and I was just like, I saw her at the counter buying her daughter clothes. I got you. You know what I'm saying? If I got the money, I'm giving it. Like, don't worry about it. Put your money away. And she was grateful for that. You know, we were married for about 7 years. Okay, was about 6.5 years, and the first few years was everything that you guys are talking about right now. Yeah. Right. And her dad wasn't around. Yeah. Right. So I got lucky in that regard too, because I didn't have to deal with the dad. And it was when me and her mom started bumping heads around that 3-year, 4-year mark, 5-year mark. Oh, gosh.
You don't even know what year.
Somebody
he said 3 to 5
years. Somebody was going to jail. Right. Somebody was going to jail. Somebody did go to jail, and it wasn't me. But when me and her mom started bumping heads, that's when me and my daughter, because I still consider her my daughter too. Yeah. You know, that's just something that you just can't leave it. Yeah, once you've already taken on that role, it would be kind of bogus of you to say, you know what, I'm not gonna be your dad no more. You know what I'm saying? That's wild. And there was times where I felt like that, bro. Like, there was times I felt like that. Yeah. And because you know, me and her mom were like really getting into it bad, and then I just felt like her mom was disrespecting me quite a lot, and then I started to see that trickle down to her as well. She started to do some of those things, right? Like, I remember one time we were in a car, and they would always talk about my energy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if this is something common that women do. Your energy is just off. Your energy is just off. I'm like, I'm just chilling. Like, guys, I ain't gonna be up and, you know, happy all the time and stuff like that. Like, sometimes I'm just in my thoughts. I'm chilling. Yeah. And, you know, she accused me of my energy being off.
That annoyed you? Did that annoy you?
And then that kept happening often. Yeah. Right. And then my daughter said something slick, and I just felt like they were probably talking or something like that, and they had these conversations before. Yeah. And I just wasn't in on it. Yeah. But I kind of caught on to it, and she said, she's like, yeah, you know, because it's me, my son, and her, and my ex-wife was in the car. And she's like, yeah, you know, some of us, our energy is just off and stuff like that.
This is the daughter said?
Yes, my daughter said. Oh. And I was like, who are you talking about? So I asked her, like, who are you talking about? And she acted like she didn't hear me. She was like, what? I was like, who are you talking about? And then my ex-wife jumped in because she was trying to save. Yeah. She was trying to save us. She was like, oh, no, she was just talking about Jay, you know, my son and everything like that. And I know that's not true because every time that my daughter talks about my son, like she's in there real quick. Like, no, don't talk about him like that because, you know, she's always wanted a boy. Yeah. So she loves him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when I kind of caught on. She never answered the question, but I just let it go. And I just felt like that was kind of like a little shot. A little jive. You know what I'm saying? It was like a little jive or whatever. And I would always ask her, you know, I was like, yo, you got any issues with me or something? Yeah. Like, you want to talk? You know, she never wanted to. How old was she to talk? This was, she was like 15.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Oh, yeah, everybody got almost like around like.
Yeah, this was, she was like 14. She was like 14. This was a couple years ago. This was when, like, on the tail end of our relationship. Yeah. Tail end of my marriage. And so it was just little stuff like that. Her mom, one time, me and her mom got into a heated argument. She told me, that's not your daughter. You know, stuff like that. And then for some reason my daughter got mad at me because she was like, she was telling her mom, because her mom was telling me this, like once you know, we got back cool and everything like that. She's like, yeah, she was like, why you didn't defend her and stuff. And I'm like, but you the one that said that I wasn't her daughter. What are you talking about? Yeah. But there was something important that I realized about that moment. Okay. This was extremely important. This is for everybody out here. Is that was not about me. No. It was not about me. It was about it isn't. It was about her dad, her real dad. Yeah. Her dad left her life and he didn't fight for her. Yeah. So now she's holding me to those same standards. Yes. When in reality we're not on the same playing field. You know what I mean? Like I came in as a support and I came in to help. Yes. And me and her mom is not even together anymore. You know what I'm saying? So like it's one of those situations where she just doesn't understand. She's she's still a kid or whatever. But she's growing up. I don't know. Like, I just felt in that moment, she was looking for somebody to blame, and for that moment happening. Yeah. And she didn't want to blame her mom. She wanted to blame her dad. Yeah. But
he wasn't there to blame.
It wasn't. I wasn't the one that she was. Really trying to blame. She was basically asking, why didn't my dad fight for me? Yeah. My biological dad. Yeah. So yeah, man, it was just little moments like that, and I think that's why, like, a lot of the times when I talk on this podcast about this type of stuff, I'm not gonna lie, there is a little bitterness that goes on with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like as a man, you put so much time and effort into something, and then for things like that to happen, for the mom to say that's not your child. Yes, she said that twice, by the way. There was another moment she said that shit, and I'm just like, at a certain point, you just like, people tell you the truth when they get angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And believe them when they say it.
But when a person shows you who they are, believe them.
Believe them.
And so she said that, you know, and my daughter's never really disrespected me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She might take little jabs here and there, but she's never outright said, you ain't my daddy and things of that nature.
And have your when any time like that happens, did your wife defend you? Like, don't talk to him like that? Any case like that? If she ever, like, you know, stuck up for you?
When my daughter's never really disrespected me like that. But when she's took little jabs or whatever, I think like this was when she took those jabs, it was on the tail end of our marriage. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think my ex-wife really had an incentive to say, oh, you know, I think she was just trying to save face because she wanted that relationship to continue. Yeah. Because I don't know, maybe it's just my biased opinion, but I think because she still needed help. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't know if that's to be true or not, but I think it's because it's like, well, I don't want him to get mad at her or them to not have a relationship because I kind of still need some help, you know? Yeah. So that's just my personal opinion. I don't know that to be true, but it's just something I thought about. But
it sounds like hell, bro.
It definitely does. That sounds like.
so-
and wait, and how long you said it was? Like the whole relationship was what you said?
It was like 6.5 years.
6.5. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 6.5 years. And so, yeah, man, you know, when I had those conversations, it's just kind of like, that's my experience. And then when I go online and I see people yelling about the same shit,
Yeah.
I'm like, so it ain't just me. You know?
No.
I'm like, look at the data. You probably see about hundreds of comments of dudes saying like, bro, same thing. She did this. I was like, what?
Yeah.
She did that too. What? She did that too. Bro, it must be something in the air because these women is like robots. They all do the same thing. But there's a correlation between success, like having money, and dealing with women. You know what I'm saying? And I think that when you have money, it makes it a lot easier to kind of like manage. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't necessarily.
I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
I feel as though,
I think early on it can't be about love.
I feel as though in life.
I think early on it can be about love.
I feel as though
Early on, it can't be about love. At a certain point,
I feel
at
as
a
though
certain point,
that money. I feel as though when it comes to love and money, eventually it will get to that point. But if you got somebody who's standing by you in like the the times and when you coming up, then of course then the money gonna roll in.
Yeah, and I will say this. Like, let me get off my pity party right now. Let me get off my bitterness, okay?
You good?
Because I have every right to feel the way I feel.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I will say this. She had my back. She had my back. And she continues to still have my back. Here and there. You know what I'm saying? And I will give her respect where it's due. She got me out of a situation like early on when we first started dating. My mom was this is my adopted mom.
Yeah.
And I felt like I couldn't talk to my adopted mom. You know what I'm saying? I felt like if I said anything, she's gonna kick me out the house. And so I felt like when I got with my ex-wife, I moved in with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was like she kind of saved me a little bit from that. And I was just starting my career too. And she kind of helped me with my finances. She helped me with my taxes. I didn't know how to do taxes. My mom used to do my taxes. So she kind of forced me to grow into that manhood type of scenario. And I'll always give her respect, from that. And so even with that, like kind of like what you were saying is like sometimes she get on my nerve. A lot of the times she get on my nerve. At the end of the day, like we have a kid together. Yeah. We have a few kids together. And so, at the end of the day, I'm still going to have her back. Yeah. And that's just what it is. I can't deny that. I can't sit here and say that it was all bad.
That's good, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have to be honest and say that she had my back and she got me through some really tough times. And I had her back and I got her through some really tough times, And so we helped each other. Yeah. And like you said, humans are humans and it just is what it is. Yeah. But
not to make light of this, I love this for you, brother. I love this for him. I love this for him. If you notice in the transition, this is a transitional moment.
Yeah.
If you watch all our podcast stuff, you'll just see him and he boom, bop, beep, bop, boom, bop, and then now we at bam, and
yeah, man.
Listen,
I got an ego, man. I got an ego, and I don't like feeling demasculated. You know what I'm saying? I don't like feeling disrespected. Yeah, and when that happens, it just takes me into. And I'm a Capricorn too. You know what I'm saying? So when you do us wrong, it's like it's hard for us to forgive you. But like part of growing up, I'm 33 years old. I just turned 33, January 19th. Right. And I just started thinking about life, man. I just started realizing. Well, I appreciate it. I just started realizing, like, it's not all bad. No. And I have to deal with this person for the next 11 years, but I don't even look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a kid together. There'll always be a bond there. Yeah. And even after we got divorced, you know what I'm saying? It was a few times where we kind of like, bad baby. Yeah. This is bad. I'm baby, telling you, bad baby. I'm gonna tell you something, okay? That sounds like something. This is for the guys out there, okay? The baby mamas ain't never going nowhere, okay? Like until you get remarried or whatever, or get another girl, you know what I'm saying? There's always gonna be some bad baby.
I'm still stuck on.
I love that.
I am still. What is? Wait,
You know what it
that was
is.
from- that was from the-
but you know, it's like when you don't expect to hear these things. Like I'm thinking. He
No,
talking about
it was from Liar Liar, that movie with Jim Carrey.
I saw that movie when I was like 10.
Remember he like,
Yeah, like now I gotta rewatch it. Just to see some of bad baby. Oh my.
so yeah.
You funny. But no, that's good, man. Like evolving and whatnot, bro. Like I think a lot of the brothers that like going through this pain, you know what I'm saying? They in the middle of the storm, you know what I mean? And you I know I just had to have time to like reflect and like rebuild myself, honestly, because I was a completely different person in the relationship than I was before it and than I am now. I'm, you know, just had, man, relationships will do some shit to you, bro.
Oh, I know.
Like, and not even saying like the person, not even saying like her, just the relationship. It's three entities, right? It's you, her, and the relationship.
Yeah.
Now, how you navigate that is based on your perception of what's going on. And most of us are not looking at it as three entities. They're looking at it as two. It's me against you. It is not. It's you and her again, you know, managing the third entity.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that then. You know, granted, I'm 10 years young. I was 9 years younger than her, so it's a lot of learning how to be a man that I didn't know about necessarily.
You were 9 years younger than her?
I'm 9 years. That's why her daughter is 10 years younger than me.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a lot.
So she's 51 right now, or 50 right now?
She is. she's 51.
No, she's 50. Right?
She, look, 50. Yeah, she gonna kill me if cut that. Cut that. But she don't look it. You know what I'm saying? Again, black don't crack. You know what I'm saying? She don't look 50 anything. You know what I mean? When I met her, she was 33. I was
33.
Yeah.
People be talking about older women, man. They start to look a lot. They be looking good at an older age too.
Yeah, man. Like
I was looking at Hillary Duff. You know who that is?
Man,
Lizzie McGuire,
bro.
You talking about after she just posted on
One of
Instagram
my boys just brought her up 2 days ago.
Cause she had posted on IG about her comeback, and I was like,
man, this is the third time she done came up in a conversation with me in the past 24 hours.
bro.
That's hilarious.
She was
Cause she's one of the few who made it out and like is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
She's married and everything like that, man.
She married,
doing
don't
good.
have no scandal. Ain't like
No drugs
one of
or
my
nothing.
boys says like, man, you said no scandal about her, no drugs. She ain't talking crazy about black people.
No, she not. I think she just got her bread and just went on about her life. And
Man, Hillary Duff, bro.
I ain't, but see, when I was younger, I wasn't never thinking about no Hillary Duff like that. I was like a Topanga dude when I was a shorty.
Topanga, yeah.
I was a Topanga dude.
I was a Raven girl. I was a Raven dude too.
Well, we talking about white girls.
Well, the white girl, yeah.
But overall,
what about Brenda?
I loved
do we
Raven
count
too.
Brenda's song? Because Brenda's song from
Brenda Song.
Sweet
Who that?
Life of Zach and Cody. What was her name?
Chinese girl?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, she was
I forgot
cool.
her name.
She was cool. I
She
actually
married
like,
to Macaulay Culkin, right?
Yeah, that's a weird combination. But I liked what was her name? Ashley Tisdale Moore.
Hey, which one is that?
That's
I like a girl with a personality.
She was the,
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why I like Raven.
She was the one that was always arguing with the twins, right? Ashley
Got you.
Tisdale?
Yeah,
Got you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. She
Yep.
was the one I was arguing with the twins.
I'm big on
Personality, bro.
Bro. Personality, bro. I'll tell you what, too, being out here trying like I don't date as much as I probably could. Because I'm trying to like focus on, building my business, getting my money right and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But man, like personality is hard to come by sometimes. And I ain't like knocking nobody.
Yeah, you don't want
Or whatever.
to be around somebody who's boring all day, right?
It ain't even just like boring. Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like not interested. Like the boring thing is running into women sometimes that don't know enough about themselves to talk, have a conversation. Not to say is niggas ain't out there that don't know about themselves, but I don't know what niggas do on dates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like it's like having to carry a conversation off of like your own personalities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then she's sitting across from you, and you can kind of tell that she ain't even there to show herself. She there to just like maybe get something or whatever. Or maybe she just don't have a person. But that I run into that often enough.
Yeah.
But I have run into some really like some gems that I really like find interesting in regards to personality beyond their looks. But
Yeah.
it's definitely something out there that
Because the dating culture is actually kind of messed up. It's a little bit messed up.
a little bit, bro. It's a lot.
I mean, I like a woman who I can teach things to. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like,
too.
Yeah.
so the boring thing is cool, but I do still like a personality too. You know what I'm saying? I do kind of like you to be like Raven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
you just kind of like, I don't know.
Like,
I don't know how to explain it, man. But
like
I think it's
Raven
it's a
now or Raven then?
Raven Den. I don't know who the hell it is.
Okay, cause I saw a video.
I don't know what that is
I
now.
saw a video. They was on Thanksgiving. They was showing what they was eating on Thanksgiving. Raven and a lady or whatever, and it looked like the Thanksgiving from hell, bro. It was a bunch of just vegan nonsense.
Because I don't know what is. I think because I feel like social media and where the world is going nowadays when it comes to what the ladies want versus what what we want as men. We just want somebody to help us, decompress from the world, be there and support us.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ladies.
That's really all it
nowadays-
is.
Yeah, that's all. But now a lot of the days when women just want to be supported, financially and
The loud ones.
The loud ones,
I won't throw all women in, but the loud ones.
Yeah. I was watching. Maybe I saw Drewski. Could Have Been Love. Y'all ever watch that?
Yeah.
So like one of the girls that he ended up picking winning was one of the loud ones, and she was like, all I do is suck dick, shut the fuck up, and cook or something like that. And I'm like, it sounds good, but you want somebody to, like you say, someone you could teach, or someone who could probably have you think about some things.
Yeah.
And help.
Somebody you
teach
can survive with.
Yeah.
And
I think nowadays it's just straight up bland and boring and all that. Like
That's social media though. I think a lot of social media doesn't represent everybody, but we think it does. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even represent a majority.
I think it's because we have a lot of similarities in our stories.
Yes.
That's probably why we connect and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you have to think about it in terms of what you want in a woman. You know what I'm saying? And but I would argue though, majority of men, well, they obviously don't want women to pay bills. You know what I'm saying? I think that they want to be taking care of women, obviously. And I think you want to be able to show your girl something. You want to show her the world. You want her to be able to experience something for the first time with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want a woman who tells me, if I say, oh, let's go to Dubai.
I've been there
and then she's like, oh yeah, I've been there a few times. What?
Yeah.
Because in your mind, you thinking like,
what
who
if
you been there with?
But what if
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
vice versa? Like if you ain't never been, but she want to take you. How do you feel about that?
If I never
you
been and
too.
she been,
Yeah,
I'ma
you-
still look at it sideways because I'm like,
But you want to take it.
you
But
been, who did you?
But would you take it as in like, okay, maybe this is a new experience that someone can show me?
Yeah.
Instead of looking at it as in like, oh, who you been with?
So
who
she's
you been
gonna
with?
take me and she gonna pay for it?
That's not the point.
Like, paying for it.
That's not the point. Whether it be my apologies, whether it be you pay for it or she pay for it, this is an experience that you never had, and she's saying, "Hey, let's go." Are you gonna be there, that person, and be like, "Oh, who was you with? Who you went with? Such and such," or are you gonna be the person that be like, "You know what? I never been there. Let's go."
I think it's natural. Okay. I think initially,
go.
I think it's both. I think initially you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's cool. I never been there. Dubai, hell yeah. But then as you on a plane and shit, you probably gonna be thinking about it like, how the hell you been here before with who?
I don't know.
I think it's gonna come up. I honestly think it's gonna come up. I think it's a guy thing.
What's your perspective on that?
I think it's a guy thing.
I think me specific, because I can't speak for all brothers.
Okay.
I don't speak for everybody. It depends on the woman that I'm entertaining. Like if it's a shorty that look like she just had a whole bunch of just like niggas taking her to trips and stuff like that. Not really her own boss, but just has been like kind of like kept by other men. That's not my interest.
Yeah.
I don't usually go for women like that anyway.
But how can you identify that?
Conversation.
Because they usually tell on themselves anyway. They tell you everything.
And like most of the women I'm interested in, they really be bosses in their own right. Like they like most of the women that I've talked to recently, they make way more money than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't have an ego about it. You know what I'm saying? But like, those are, and these are women that, you know, it's hard to even like get in touch with, to get to. I ain't saying that they like out vixens or nothing like that, but these are like women that head down, they getting their money up. That's all they. I just come in and sometimes I just like fuck up they. Yeah. Fuck up their money. Like, nigga, you ain't supposed to be here. But a person, you know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like that. But I'd go because the type of woman that I would like probably took herself. So he said they probably took themselves anyway.
They went by themselves. You saying?
He said basically they pay for them. Nobody. He wouldn't have to question who
took them necessarily. Right.
Like, I don't think women take trips by themselves.
Believe it or not,
they go with their girls or they go with a man.
Believe it or not,
I know. I've never seen a woman who go.
I know a couple.
We know.
I know a couple.
They actually go by themselves.
Yeah.
Or are you sure they not meeting up with somebody that's there?
No reason for them to lie to me because these aren't even women that I'm entertaining. But like. I can think one, especially off the top of my head, like she goes on trips probably like 2-3 times a year by herself to like Eastern Europe and shit like that, Japan and shit, by herself because she put in the work. She want to enjoy her life and she don't want to be stagnated by waiting for a nigga to take her nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She got. Man, it's
out there, but I think it's probably rare though.
I think that it's a small percentage.
It's a small percentage.
Okay. Above rare, but not common.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
Like above rare,
we can agree on that.
Above rare, but not common.
Because I don't see women these days going on trips by themselves. They got to take a man or they got to go with their girls. They go the girls trips and all that.
Girls trips, yeah. Girls trips are one. I got cousins that go girl trips a lot too.
I still think a girl trip is qualifying. Is like at least she didn't go with like you talking about. What you talking about? Like,
you think they going to Jamaica getting?
You know, a lot of times.
Hey, bro, Jay, you scarred, bro. You scarred, bro.
No, here's the thing, though. No, here's the thing. No, but actually, no. That's I reject that because I've never actually experienced that.
Okay.
I'm basically looking at the data online.
Okay.
Guys talking about, oh, my girl went on a girls trip and stuff like that, and. I just never seen it. Like my ex-wife, because I'm gonna get a little honest with you.
What's up?
This is my body count. I'm gonna tell you my body count.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how this ties in. My body count as of today, is 4.
Okay.
My body count is 4. The first one was in high school. I lost my virginity at 18. Mm-hmm. In the modern day world, women are losing their virginity before that. Yeah. So I don't know how that happens, but yeah.
So sex is more promoted nowadays than back.
So I was with a girl. I was actually in a relationship. By the way, so I was 18, lost my virginity. I was with her for about a year. Yeah, this was like right out of high school, or like kind of in high school, out of high school, and I didn't have sex for about 4 years. Mm-hmm. The next person was my ex-wife. Mm-hmm. So then the other 2 was after my ex-wife. Right.
So the other 2 was in the last.
So, yeah, it was like that was that. And one of them wasn't a good experience, but I ain't gonna go into that. That wasn't a good experience. And I'm still trying to process that because I don't know if it was her or if it was me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I just know it wasn't a good experience, but I'm not gonna go too deep into that. But I will. He know about it. But yeah, so I didn't have sex for 4 years, and then I met my ex-wife. Yeah. And then, obviously I was with her for 6 years, so we was bumping and grinding and stuff. And so I had a lot of sex in that area. But then after that, I had sex with a girl like 3 times, and then the other one was 1 time, but that wasn't a good experience. Yeah. My body count is 4. But I say all that to say that I don't really have much experience. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm saying? I just had the experience really with my first girlfriend in high school, and then my ex-wife who I was with for 6 years. So when I say about the girl trip, that's only because I'm seeing stuff online and I'm seeing like data and a bunch of men saying the exact same thing. Yeah. And so I like to look at data. I don't have actual numbers. Yeah. But all you got to do is go on. Social media is powerful now. All you got to do is go on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and see all of that stuff.
A per person type of thing.
Well, it kind of is, right? But like let's use your body count for example. Okay. Let's use your body count for example. Are you a rare? Is your body count rare, or is it common based on social media the way men talk about their body counts.
I think it's rare. I think it's rare for a guy to have a low body count.
Yeah. But
because it's supposed to be the women. It's supposed to be reversed. The woman is supposed to have a low body count.
well, we're not talking about what it's supposed to be. We're talking about what it is, right? And what people talk about, right? Online. Ain't a lot of niggas online talking about having a body count that's lower than 5, right? Right. Especially when they're over 30. You think all the niggas on sorry for using niggas so much. If you got to clip it,
You good, man?
okay, cool. Like
You haven't seen our episodes, I think.
like on social media, you assume that every nigga out here body count is above 25,
Yep.
30, right?
Women assume that.
Because of social media, just like you looking at social media data based on what people post on there. But by and large, there are more men with lower body counts, lower than 10, than social media would declare. You know what I'm saying? So I say,
But why is that? What type of men are we talking about?
Does it matter?
I think it does matter because the ones that the women go after, they're the ones that have the high body count.
Well, yeah, but
It'd be the ones that sit in the house playing video games and watching porn.
But they
don't have the high body count.
But you didn't do that, and your body.
See, now you
No.
stereotype.
No,
You stereotype
I did.
now. You stereotype.
I did.
So your body count is
So after
because you were in the basement watching porn and playing video games.
I was after 18.
Okay.
After 18, after high school.
Yeah.
I was obviously in college and stuff like that. I didn't. I'm not ashamed to say that. I obviously didn't have at the time. I didn't have the charisma. Okay. And I didn't have much going for myself. I mean, a lot of girls were saying I was handsome and stuff like that. Yeah. But then I think a lot of that was also fear. Yeah. And I was fearful of being judged. Yeah. By women. Yeah. And so I focused on other things like trying to get my money. Yep. And I focused on playing video games because I was heavy into 2K. Yep. Right. So I had my guys and stuff like that. We would come from home, from work, and be on the game and stuff like that. So that was really my focus. And I did have a few dates and stuff like that, but it didn't lead anywhere because I had one girl tell me, she was like, "Yeah, you just don't know what you want." You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that was going to lead to something and it didn't. Yeah. And that kind of hurt my ego a little bit. Yeah. And so when I met my ex-wife, I had literally just started my career, my first job, where I got benefits and stuff like that. Yeah. And I met her like 2 months later at a Christmas party. And the rest is history on that. But that was pretty much like, that was the next experience from high school.
Do you think that experience is rare amongst men or common? Men as a whole.
Men as a whole?
Yeah. And this is all gonna go back into what the women going on trips by themselves.
I think it's rare.
You think it's rare? It's not rare. Your experience.
My experience is not rare.
Your experience is nowhere near rare.
I mean,
no, it is common. I meant to say it's common.
Okay, yeah, it's common because
most men don't have
charisma.
They don't have charisma. They don't have money. And they don't have the stuff that women want nowadays. That's why younger women go for older guys because they tend to have these.
They have the things already.
Right. So I gotta get you. Yeah.
So social media though isn't reflecting that experience. That's the common experience, and then social media is showing like the other experience is the more common one, right?
Yeah. Like the guy with the money,
right. So I'd use that as just an example and just put it towards the women that be out here traveling alone. For example, you know what I mean? It is more common. They just not the loud ones that's on social media.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Doing that. I think that sometimes we just gotta
step away from social media.
Step away from social media as far as like a barometer on what reality looks like, because people lie so much on there. It's just not a real place.
Yeah.
But I do think it's beneficial.
It is.
I don't think it's fair to say that it's not, that we should completely step away, because there are some things that you kind of like, you look at like, damn, I wish I would have known that. You
definitely got that
from like a knowledge standpoint, to where, because this is the internet day, where everything is fast processing information that you can get anything. But if you're using it to like promote a life that is not what it is, then it can be used in a negative way, because you got people who look at you and see like, oh, this is what this person doing all the time. This is their life, but they never show the bad experiences and the negative experiences.
Right. What's your body count?
So my body count is irrelevant.
No, it ain't irrelevant.
No. We all gonna share today.
So he this is a guy who actually has a lot of experience.
Yeah, he's a hoe.
Yeah, I am.
So
I know that. I know. Hey, not for my guy Eric go black him and Eric.
Yeah,
That's
Eric-
probably how they met each other.
Yeah, Eric, honestly, if Eric was here today, Eric would probably be in the background laughing because he would tell you that.
Now, why do you think that is?
I'm
though?
retired.
Why do you think
I'm
that is?
retired.
Because I mean, you work a normal job. You're a normal person.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You're not rich or anything like that. So why do you think that is? Why do you think that you're able to get a lot of sex? Because you actively pursue it or something? Is that what could?
I wouldn't necessarily feel like it was well, honestly, I'll take that. Some of them have been like a pursuit, but a lot of times they just.
You said they fall in your lap, huh?
So I ain't gonna say it like that now, my brother. I ain't gonna say it like that, my
about
brother.
to say.
No, I think sometimes like I feel as though I have a personality. And when it comes to using my personality, I feel as though like a lot of women can gravitate towards that because I'm a funny guy.
Yeah.
I'm a funny guy. I'm very approachable. You can have a conversation with me. And back then, I was more understanding. Even though I'm still
Man, get to the body count, bro.
I'm trying to explain.
What is it?
I'm trying to explain.
What is this man talking about, bro? Like, just get to the answer.
Man,
The people want to know what
you
is.
You asked me why.
Fair, he did.
You asked
My
me
bad,
why.
my bad, my
But
bad, my
I feel
bad.
as though like over time I've gained confidence in and how to approach ladies.
Yeah.
But my body count, since I was actively pursuing it in my 20s, I would say almost about 30.
Okay.
Oh, that's not even bad.
That's about.
I mean, like, it's no bad answer anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's a bad answer for a woman if she was to say that same thing?
Depends on the man.
You think so?
It depends.
It depends on how you look at it.
It depends on the man.
Yeah.
So, like, if a woman has a high body count, which is irrelevant to me, in general, just like her as a person, right? And like,
Yeah.
But if she wants a man to pursue her, and her body count is high, and that's an issue for him, then that's a negative. If she wants him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Outside, just her just standing there by herself. I don't think body counts have anything to do with your who you are as a person, or I don't even think you should be judged on that. But if the man,
I think it's a correlation between. I think it has to do with mental health. I do.
How do you correlate a body
saying because
you correlate a body count with mental health?
Yo,
I'm talking about for women.
For
and
women.
I know, I understand.
Wait. Before you go this, before you go this, remind you.
I understand.
Mind you, I just
No.
said,
I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this.
Before you go this, I want to let you know.
Talk about this
Before you go this,
okay.
You're going to say it's a mental health problem for a woman to have 30 over as a body count, but me telling you that I had 30 is not a problem.
No,
well, because it's harder for you to get it. It's easy for them to get it. I think that's like
then I'm looking at biology as well.
Okay,
like in all seriousness, it's not common for, if you look at the biology, it is common for men to want to go around just messing around with a lot of women.
Okay,
because we are the equivalent of a dog.
Okay,
that's just what it is. It's in our nature to want to do that. Yeah. Right, but
self-control
it's not.
too.
But it's self-control. So I always say this: a man who goes against his nature, because I believe it is it's in a man's nature to, because that's why we look at women. We see a fine woman walk by, like, damn, she's fine. Okay. Even if we got somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she cute. You can't help but look at it, right? But I think that a man who goes against his nature is a good man. So a man who says, you know what, I can have all this, but I'm going to stay committed to one woman.
Yeah, I'm
going to marry one woman and be with her. That is a good man, because it's hard to do that.
Yes, it is.
Right, it is hard.
It is.
But a woman who goes against her nature is not a good woman, because it's not in a woman's nature to want to be with a bunch of men. Okay. I honestly think that a woman wants to find one man, wants to marry that man, and settle down. I don't think that a woman typically wants to have a bunch of men. Have Brian on this day and then Marcus on that day. And
what would you say to the women that say they want that though?
I feel as though it's like
I don't think that it's something that they inherently wanted. I think it's like
a societal thing.
I think it's a societal thing, and them just not giving a fuck anymore.
I feel like this is expectations that's being placed upon us. You know, because here's the thing, you expect from somebody is not another person's reality. Here's
the thing, because men and women are not the same in terms of like when we talk about in terms of like how we think and stuff like that. Okay. So a woman who has a bunch of guys, I'm almost certain that she has gotten disappointed by all those guys because she thought it was going to go somewhere. I think that women do think like that. They like, you know what? If I keep giving him something, it's going to go somewhere. And when that doesn't go anywhere, then they start to slowly but surely, start to not like women or whatever.
Are you assuming or are you stating that this is a fact?
I mean,
I can't say that. I can't say it's a fact, but I can't say that it's a fact. But I will say that it comes from observation. Mm-hmm. It just comes from observation, and I think a lot of men would agree with the same thing. I think that women want to find one man and they want to settle down with that man. And when it doesn't go the way they want,
they lose faith in the male species.
You know what I'm saying? And then they like, well, I'm going to do what a man can do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm going to do what a man want to do.
The niggas ain't shit out here sometimes too. Like it's really like it's not a lot for them to pick from.
But if you lined up 100 women, I would say 99 out of 100 would say, no, I want to be with one man and I want to get married and I want to have a family or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they still want to be able to do what they want to do in terms of building their career.
Yes.
No problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that women, they look at these movies and stuff and they see like women going down the aisle. They want that. You know what I'm saying? They want to be married. They want to have one man that they love.
Yeah.
And I just think that, I don't know.
You don't think we want that?
I think we do want that.
Yeah.
I think there was a time where we wanted that.
Yeah.
But you have to look at, there was a contract one day. There was a contract before. And the contract was men are going to have a woman. They're going to get married, have kids. Women are going to have a man that they want to be with. They're going to have a family, walk down the aisle and stuff like that. And then somewhere along the line, the contract got broken. Okay. And it got broken by women. It didn't get broken by men.
You think it was broken by women?
It got broken by women because they decided that, you know what, we want to be equal to a man. We don't want to do all that. We want to live our best life and party it up and all sorts of stuff. And then feminism came along, and then that's what happened.
Feminism came along. It's crazy.
Yeah, feminism came along. They said, I want to be equal to a man. I want to go work too. I want to go do X, Y, and Z. I don't want to be tied down to a man. And
that's a problem?
I mean, it's not a problem. It's the mindset behind it.
Do you think that though? I have the mindset. I understand exactly what you're saying. Agree with bits of it too, but like I don't think it should be put on women like that. I think that it didn't come out the blue for them to want these things, right? Like it's much harder to be in the workforce and do all of this stuff than it is.
I think people make them feel bad. I think people make them feel like they couldn't be a mom or a wife.
It could be just like what he has said, like let down.
I think that they were let down by the men that they were entrusted to, right?
That's fair.
Like you had these men back in the 60s and the 70s or whatever, and they got their wife and they got their kids and they working and shit, but then they going by their nature and acting on that, right? They seeing some tail over here and it's like, I'm finna go bang the secretary, and then I'm gonna bang another secretary, and then I'm gonna bang another homegirl, and then and next thing you know, you bringing diseases home to your wife, or you having kids on your wife. And then I think so many times wives are looking at that, and their daughters are growing up looking at their dads and their uncles doing their aunts and moms like that, and they're like, I ain't gonna do that shit. And then that's where you get that from, because naturally don't nobody want to be working like that. So the women don't want to be working and have everything on their back like that. But
they don't want to work. But I don't want to work. But so I know a woman doesn't want to work.
But what would scare them enough to have to go do that and put that life on their back is the fact that I have to submit to this man who's supposed to take care of me, and he is doing me dirty.
And you know what's crazy? If men did what they were supposed to do, women would naturally fall into.
That's what I'm saying.
Those roles.
That's what I'm saying. So I put it on the dude.
It is on the dude.
It on the dude. Maybe not us.
I feel like I've been telling him this whole time. I've been telling him this, like he don't ever want to. I feel like he doesn't. You never sometimes want to just put in the perspective of sometimes things are just us as male fault. It's our fault sometimes that we let these women down. And I've been told you this 1,000.
I think in the beginning, I think we did.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't remember.
As a son to a father that walked out on my mom, you know what I'm saying? And that whole generation of old niggas, I think they were ass.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
I would
cleaning
say.
up they work. You know what I'm saying? Like
I would say that. Yeah,
we're fighting stereotypes that they created. You know what I mean? Not to like, you know, obviously they did some good things too, but just talking about the family household. Not to mention the government coming in and fucking up our shit, making it easier for them to do dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like, you know, the housing crisis, like with you know, you could get these benefits if a man ain't in the house. Like, like you know what I'm saying? Like giving them low hanging fruit, allowing them to do that. So I'm not putting it all on us, like all on our forefathers like that, but we are cleaning up their mess. You know what I'm saying? As a dude that's seen a man walk out on his own kid, you imagine you gonna walk out on him? No. It can't won't even cross my mind to walk out on my son.
Yeah. That's a very interesting. I would like to have that conversation too about men walking out on their kids, because I used to, and I have to be very honest, but I used to look at that and I'd be like, how could you walk out on your kid? You know what I'm saying? Because I can't do it. I don't give a damn how crazy my ex-wife is.
I think that's
I'm going to court. Bro, we're gonna figure this out because he needs me,
man.
Right? But then you do see some guys who do that.
Yeah.
And I look at those situations and I start to say to myself, why would you do that? Because I don't really think it's in a man's instinct to do that. I don't. Right, but
a man,
you're starting to see that, and I honestly think it just comes down to weak men.
Yeah,
weak men, emotion, like mentally, they're weak. Right. The pressure, because they might be dealing with some of the stuff that I was dealing with, like when it comes to my ex-wife. Because there was times where she kind of trying to push me away. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I wasn't going. Yeah. Because I'm that nigga. I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna push me away. Yes. And then make me the bad guy and call me the deadbeat and stuff like that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? We got too many people in common. We know too many people. Yes. You're not gonna be telling them that he walked. Nah, we're not doing that. But not even just that though. Yeah. Like he needs me. Yes. You know what I'm saying? When you understand your role as a man, when you understand your role as a father, there is no way that you can walk out on your child's life. I don't care how hard it is. I don't care if she tried to run you over with a car, because that happened to me. And I could have been like, I ain't dealing.
Battle scars, bro.
I got battle, bro. I've been battle tested.
I've
been battle tested.
It explains a lot.
You got to be battle tested to see what I'm talking about. Yeah. But I've been battle tested, bro.
Not like you. Not like you, but I get you though.
But I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like she almost ran me over with a car one time. And I was like,
and you dealt with this for
this girl is tripping.
5-6 years.
You dealt with this for 6 years.
Well, that happened one time. And
okay, I get you,
bro. How you try to run somebody over with a car?
But that's because
she got mad. She got mad because I said that. Yeah, I see why he walked out on you now. You know what I'm saying? Damn. She got mad and she. Ooh, and the car was like right here. We talk about Renee Good.
Okay.
Thing that happened in Minnie 11. Yeah. Happens, right? Now she was coming at me out of a driveway. Wait. I was at the end of the driveway and she was coming down and I seen it too, but I got out the way.
Wait. So this was recent?
No, this wasn't recent. This was like years ago.
Oh, okay.
He was saying like it was comparing it to...
This was years ago. Okay, I could tell you some stories, man, but she was coming like probably 15 miles per hour. And like I see it because I kind of know her. Yeah. Right. I know when she's getting upset, whatever. And I said that. You know what I'm saying? But it was the truth.
Hey man, you said that, bro. You had a Tyler Perry marriage.
Bro, I said that shit. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Because she was pissing me off, man. She was putting her hands on me and everything, and I was like, bro, I see why.
Truth,
I was like, I see why he walked out on me. She got heated, and she was like coming out the driveway and almost hit me, bro. The car was like right here, and I was like, what the hell?
Question.
So when that thing happened with Renee Good, I'm kind of like the ICE agent. No. I'm kind of like, bro, I'm worried. She wasn't even that far from you. You didn't have to do that.
He didn't have to do. Yeah. He wanted to do that. Yeah. He
wanted to make an example.
Wanted to do.
And I will say that. Now we can get to political stuff, and I will say that my personal opinion, you know, I agree with what ICE is doing, but he didn't have to do that.
Hey man,
he didn't have to do that. I mean, fair is fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to do that.
We had a whole conversation, and I feel as though that, you know, brother, man, it is what you want to. Basically, long story short, he said he doesn't understand.
You don't see many black people out there protesting. Why? Because we're fucking smart. That's why. Black people are the only ones.
We tired.
We stay away from the
Bro,
police.
you know how
white people are the only ones that go looking for the
I
police.
agree with you.
Black
I agree
people
with you.
just tired.
We've been doing this
We've
for
been
a long
doing this
time.
forever.
But for you to for you to say that someone can come up and randomly just violate you is just crazy though. Like,
Wait, what do you mean?
like, cause what's the new thing now? They said that ICE agents are now allowed to come
go in
into
your homes.
So once it
Come in your homes?
Yes,
they're
come in your home.
This has just been announced. They're trying to do it within the past 48 hours. It's been like a topic of conversation.
Like come in American citizens' homes to ask them if they are citizens?
I don't know, man. They gangsters, bro. These are gangster KKK motherfuckers, bro.
Exactly.
And you. Hey, bro, you kind of like you kind of sucker punched me in my mouth real quick with that ICE comment. I don't know.
So, but
It's much deeper than that. It's much deeper than that.
it's black.
And I'm not saying this, and, you know, despite what
It's black or white.
Dion has called me. He's called me a bootlicker before.
Yes, I did.
He's called me an Uncle Tom before.
Yes, I did.
That's
You know what I'm
rough.
I did.
And he knows I don't care about it because I don't care about those type of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course you
I
don't.
feel like if words are just words, if you give power to them, that's when it becomes, you know, that's when they got you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't think that. So if somebody wants to call me that, whatever, it doesn't bother me because I don't give power to it.
Right.
Because I don't believe that's what I am. You know what I'm saying?
What do
I don't
you
think.
believe you are? I don't believe you are that either.
No, I'm not that. And
To each his
listen,
own. To each his own.
we can
each his
get
own.
into that, and you'll understand why I feel the way I feel and why I think the way I think. But it's not because I'm trying to tap dance for the white man, as we would say, or because I'm a house nigga and stuff like that. But it's just because I see the world in a very different light, and I don't know. I'm just logical about things.
You're more interested in kind of like control over like the immigration reform. Like for example, like is it the immigrants being here that you're agreeing with ICE about? Like, do you agree with their tactics or what they're
So here's the thing.
supposed to be doing? I'm trying to understand.
My ex-wife is Mexican.
Okay.
My son is half Mexican.
Okay.
Okay. So my ex-wife came over here illegally.
Okay.
She came over here when she was 9 years old.
Yeah.
I've seen her have to hire a lawyer to get her paperwork in order. She's paid thousands of dollars to do that.
Yeah.
She has a green card now.
Yep.
Right. So even though she came over here the legal way, it wasn't her fault. She was a kid.
No, she's a kid.
But even though she came over here illegally, you know, she took some steps to even try to correct her stuff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And even her dad, I was saying father-in-law, but her dad, same thing.
Yeah.
Right. They had to go through shit to get
Yep.
their stuff together.
Yep.
And my thing is that when you have people coming over here from different countries, right, that are not following the laws,
rules.
not following things, right? Because this is not a new concept.
Yeah.
Barack Obama deported people.
Yes, he did.
deported way more people than Trump did, right? And I was just literally watching a video of him saying that, listen, I have to enforce the law. He literally said this out his mouth. I have to enforce the law.
Yeah.
Right. And people have to come over here. They have to do it the right way.
Yes.
You got people who are not doing it the right way. You have people who are just coming over here and ain't filling out no paperwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't doing none of that. And they just coming over here, and you got people who've been over here for 20 years who haven't corrected this. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that I'm all about common sense, because the reality is this actually affects us as black people. It affects our communities. When you have people coming over here and they're taking certain jobs and they're taking certain resources and they're doing certain things. And by the way, I'm not knocking those people, because they coming over here and they doing some stuff. You know what I'm saying? They trying to work. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But you're taking resources out of our community. Money that should be going to our communities is actually going to helping illegal immigrants. That's when it becomes a problem.
Is that the immigrants' fault, or is that government's fault? Local government, state government, and federal government.
It is the government's fault, because they should have been enforcing the law. But nobody
They shouldn't be-
nobody's been enforcing the law.
They shouldn't be neglecting the African Americans that are
They
here.
should-
That's a
exactly.
completely different conversation.
They should not be not even
That's not the same conversation.
not even just African Americans in general. They should not be neglecting Americans in general. But more specifically, yes, in our
African
communities,
Americans are being more neglected than the other.
more neglected, bro. If you think about it, the mayor, I think he was like getting people hotels and stuff like
Yes.
that, and so all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So-
it's much deeper than that. When you start to have those conversations, you start to realize, like, wait a minute. we got a problem with this because I talk to a lot of black people, and a lot of black people are like,
feel like you do.
They don't care. You know, like, okay, yeah, I just gonna do what you need to do. Because
question though, because on principle, I understand what you're saying. On principle, I understand what you're saying in regards to immigration reform and whatnot. Like I get that, but it's the ICE and immigration reform are not the same things in my opinion, because what they're doing is
really unethical.
It's not. They're breaking the law. Some of the people they're even like grabbing are legal, are actually legal citizens. So like,
when you have 15 million people come over the border, then what do you expect people to do?
If you got people,
I don't expect you to harass American citizens or people who did it the right way.
Because if I'm over here legally, like leave me alone. But there's
no way of knowing that. When you have a goal and when you're trying to accomplish something, and this is the same thing. If you get pulled over, right? We get pulled over for a traffic stop. Okay. I've seen so many videos of this. Instead of just saying, okay, yeah, I've been pulled over maybe 5 times in my lifetime. Okay. Every single time, I probably only got a ticket twice. And that's because I was speeding or whatever. But even those 5 times that I got pulled over, it was a simple, let me see your license and stuff like that. People don't even want to do that nowadays. Let me see your license, your registration, yada, yada, yada. Show them my license, registration. One time I got pulled over for headlights and stuff like that. He's like, let me see. Okay, cool. They on right now. You good to go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when you talk about ICE agents asking American citizens, because first of all, they don't know if you're an American citizen or not. You have a goal of trying to get 15 million people out of this country to come back and do it the correct way, okay, right? Then you have to a certain degree, do certain things. You have to be like, okay, I got to ask this person. And a lot of the times they asking these people because they're trying to fill out the accent. They're trying to actually see if it's even worth pursuing.
So if you have an accent, that means you're an illegal immigrant?
Because you just said you had an accent this whole time. So
yeah, I got an accent.
I got a question.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You talking about the stereotypes and things of that nature, right?
Yeah, it's not like, it's just, it is.
I don't think there's an easy way of doing it.
Yeah. But
I really don't. Because if you think about Obama, he had people in cages.
But hear me out. While there isn't an easy way to do it, you're paid to do it as a government official in an ethical way. You need to figure it out. It's not my problem that it's difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's not their problem that it's a difficult task.
No, I get that.
You got to figure it out, bro. For example, you're a black man.
Yeah, I'm black.
You're a black man.
As far as I know.
Both of your parents are black.
I don't know. I think my dad might be Puerto Rican.
Right.
I think.
You look Puerto Rican like a motherfucker, right? Hold on. That's what I was getting at. You look Puerto Rican and a motherfucker. There's no reason.
My mom is black, for sure. I know. I've never met my dad.
Fair. But the aesthetics, you could be Puerto Rican. Yeah. Right? So what's to say, me, you, bro, we walking down the street, you know what I'm saying? They roll up on us, and then just like, are you American citizen? They not asking us this shit. They asking you specifically, and then they asking us if you are. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and we like, yeah, bro, he's American citizen. What you want him to have his motherfucking birth certificate? Hold on, and then they don't believe shit you say.
And they snatch it
because it ain't the beautiful part
it's
about
not
it.
Being they're like, nah, I think you lying, or maybe they don't like how you looked at them or how you answered. Maybe you had a bad day.
You know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say? This is actually where it gets fun for me. No, please. Because first of all, I ain't got nothing to worry about because I am an American citizen. So if they own that bullshit,
this is not his reality.
Hold on.
If they to quote him, he said that's not his reality. By the way, of what that's going on with ICE. But go ahead.
No, you were talking about. No, we were talking about something else.
No, we were talking about the same thing. And you said that's not your reality.
Don't misquote me.
No, we were talking about the same thing.
Don't misquote me.
You said I'm not.
You said if I was in Mexico. No, listen. You said if I was in Mexico and I was struggling and stuff like that, and I was trying to get over here to America. Okay. And then that's when I said, oh, but that's not my reality because I was born in America. I haven't been struggling. So we're not talking about the same thing. But still, my bro, here's the thing. To answer your question,
I said the same thing.
To answer your question, if they were to come up to me and they were to say that, because I'm so arrogant, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm an American citizen. And then they don't believe me. Yeah. I'll show you my ID and everything. They don't believe me. Yeah. I want you to detain me. Yeah. Because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to sue.
And what? See,
I'm gonna sue.
No. But you say that with so much confidence because you think that scenario is made up. Like,
but only people who aren't over here illegally and who have something to hide would feel differently.
No, that's like
once again,
that's like the brothers that be like, I didn't do the crime, so detain me and I'm gonna sue you. But then they still end up in jail waiting 3 months for a court date, even though they didn't do it. Bro, you're trying to play by the rules with people who aren't playing by rules. That's the issue. Now, let's say if ICE was doing everything, by the book, whatever book, it's not made up because they're doing whatever they want to do. This the Wild Wild West. Really, they're doing what they want to do, bro. They just shot a woman. They're doing what they want to do. Now,
and I agree that they didn't have to do that.
If they're playing by the rules, you have validity in everything you're saying. That it will go out with you on top there, right? But they're so brazen that they can lock you up knowing that you might be a citizen because they know that you getting a lawyer and trying to sue ain't gonna mean shit. There's so many loopholes that they've showed us in regard to all because that's what's being used. In reality, you're talking about structurally what should be happening. Is
that really common though? Are we seeing that like a lot? Because I haven't had an ICE agent come up to me, and like you said, I look Puerto Rican.
Not yet. But it doesn't mean it can't happen, bro.
Because I'm at work.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it can't.
They not at work,
bro. They went. Bro. They went. I saw on the news. They went to a Target and where the employees had to like be citizens to work there and put them all in handcuffs.
And I work at the wait, hold on.
Interesting you say that.
No,
interesting you say that.
And I work at an airport.
Does this also? So does social media also apply to this scenario as well? Because we can look at social media and look at and see, oh, these are the videos that's happening.
No, I see.
But is that very common? Because guess what?
I see it all the time.
I work at a high school.
Yeah.
With majority Hispanic.
Okay.
ICE has not showed up one time.
And I work at a location where
ICE has not showed up one time.
Around people of Indian descent, and I literally see the ICE agents, and also my employees notify us when ICE agents come around in the airport because the airport is a public place.
So you saying everything on social media is a lie in regards to ICE?
I'm not saying everything's a lie because we all saw the Renee Good video.
Okay,
that's not a lie. He shot it.
And if they could have hit it, they would have.
If they could have hit, I don't know if they could have.
They could have. If they could have hit it, they would have.
But you got to believe your own eyes too. You know what I'm saying? And like the reality is that I've been far away from a car when my motherfucker tried to run me over, right? And she wasn't far. She was backing up and she was turning her wheel. He didn't have to shoot her. I think we all can agree on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't have to shoot her. And I think that's where it gets a little messy because then you see those situations and you're like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all fucked up. Right?
I think they've been fucking up.
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case because you got to look at because we're looking at this. We're looking at the news. And by the way, they all have an agenda. Whether it's Fox News, whether it's CNN, they all have an agenda. Yeah. So you have to actually kind of look at your own experience as well. It's like I said, I work at a high school with majority Hispanic. I have not seen ICE show up one time.
You mean that means ICE isn't doing anything just because they haven't showed up to where you are?
No, we have illegal students in our school.
That's a scary, and I don't mean this by any I know you thick skin, but that's a scary way of looking at anything, bro. Like that's I don't know even if there's words for it, but it's kind of just
I'm not closed-minded to it. That's the thing. Now if I was, I'd have been saying, Renee Good, because it sounds like I would have been like that's justified,
because it sounds like you are. No,
I would have been like that's justified. No, but even I can see it.
You could be closed-minded and still not wanting somebody to be murdered.
I mean,
like you sound mad closed-minded in regards to. It's
like I'm not closed-minded, and I do think that we should hold people accountable. I'm not saying that at all, but at the same time, because we're all individuals, we all have our own thoughts. We all don't need to think the same. You know what I'm saying? What I've noticed, I've looked at the news, and facts don't sell nowadays. So people are interpreting the facts, and they're giving their own opinion
on both sides, though.
On both sides.
So
I agree. I agree. So you kind of have to look at it.
Do you use the same scrutiny for the other side?
Yeah, if I see it's wrong, I'm gonna call it out. The shooting was not justified.
I'm not talking about the shooting no more. That's not the issue. The issue is your stance on on ICE and their participation in this reform that they're doing.
There's a reason that we have ICE. There's a reason that we have immigration enforcement. You cannot come over here illegally. With anything in life, whether it's business, relationship, there has to be structure, right? So you have to do things a certain way so that things can run smoothly.
Okay.
I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make things run smoothly, because when you have 15 million people come over the border over the past 4 years, you got to find a way to get these people up out of here, or have them do it the correct way. There is no easy way to do it. So everything gets highlighted because
But there
social
should
media and the
be
news.
there should be an ethical way of doing it.
I
There
believe
should be an ethical way of
There
doing it.
should be an ethical way
and
of
what's
doing it.
happening is not ethical.
Again, like that's a tricky situation, man. 'cause
Wasn't it like another situation
you're hearing it on
where
one
ICE
side,
agent
and then
was
there's
using
not
it on
the other
other
side. You know what I'm saying?
Assume that I've done just as much observation as you. Just assume I've done just as much observation, because I'm assuming you've done just as much as I have. So I won't belittle your intelligence by assuming that you haven't paid as much attention as I feel as I have been, and we still are on.
I watch the news every day.
I do too.
I watch both Fox and
do
CNN,
too.
and I
I
see,
do too.
because you see the propaganda.
I do
Fox
too.
News spin it a certain way, CNN spins it a certain way.
I do too.
You have to, as an individual, as a person,
Yes.
you have to say, these people are just humans at the end of the day with their own opinions. Let me actually look at what's going on.
I
Let me
agree.
actually do my research.
I agree.
Let me look into ICE, because even before
I mean, it's like
Trump
both.
ran,
It's like both.
I didn't even know. I didn't even
understanding of what you're trying to say, but it's also trying to understand. Ethical,
No, I get you.
moral
There's an ethical way of doing it.
Ethics don't change just because something's hard.
No, I get you. We have right. we have rights, and I see people want to exercise their rights and things of that nature, and you want to do things the correct way. You want to hold your government accountable for
As you
doing
should.
things
Yeah.
the right
As
way.
you should.
Because your
The government
government
works for us,
yes.
not the
I
other
agree.
way around.
And they will hold us accountable for whatever it would try to hold us accountable and or unaccountable.
But what's happening right now is not the government working for the people. The government is working for the corporations and themselves.
Or they not.
And you can just see that in the stock market and how things are playing out there. You know what I'm saying? I think that this is a really good conversation, though.
Yeah.
And I'm totally not like, I'm not even dismissing your point of view. More or less just having a conversation about it. I'm not dismissing
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? But I also want to just make sure, because I run into people a lot when we having either conversations about politics or religion or, you know, him, her shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of people that they have these conversations and they just assume the person that's sitting across from them hasn't done research themselves, and assuming that if you did research, you would come to the same conclusion I came to.
Yeah.
And that's not.
Or they assume that you think the same just because of the color of your skin.
That's a
I can't tell you how many times people would have conversations with me when I was doing Uber and stuff. They have conversations with me and they just automatically assume, and this is white people, they would just automatically assume that I'm a Democrat. They just automatically assume.
What are you
Well, I have Republican ideologies,
in regards?
but I don't necessarily put myself on as a title, because I like to keep
financial
myself
or
on my
conservative Republican?
I would say financial.
Right.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say financial.
So you make some money.
Yeah, I live a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I mean, like, cause like black people aren't monoliths. We're not a monolith, so I get that. You know what I mean? But and I also believe in that. Like, just because we are the same skin color doesn't mean we are gonna believe the same things and stuff like that. I definitely I have some crazy opinions about. We'll talk about that when we're done. Because I sound crazy to some friends in regards to certain things, but like I get it, and I totally respect you. The thing that you can respect the most about this, even if we disagree, is that he ain't changing his opinion just because somebody disagrees with him, and I can respect a man that can stand on his own moral code or views, even if they are different from my own.
I get into these conversations, especially when it comes to immigration. I get into these conversations with my ex-wife because me and her actually disagree. You know what I'm
I
saying?
would assume you.
And the reality is, though, you would think that she would not disagree with what I'm saying because of the fact that she had to go through so much to just even get a green card. You know what I'm saying? So you would think that me and her would be on the same side about this, but me and her bump head about this as well. And she, you know, at a certain point, she's like, okay, I don't want to talk politics with you no more. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But listen, she's Mexican. It's obviously it's not because I don't want people to come over here.
No.
That's obviously not it at all.
Yeah, right. I don't think that's the
I
case.
just think that people need to respect the fact that we do have a process, because I can't go over. By the way, my son has citizenship in Mexico.
Yep.
Right. It was very easy to do it over there for some reason. Right. Because I guess his mom has citizenship, so it was easier. But even they have a process.
Yeah, but it's easier to go to Mexico and get your teeth done and stuff like that than because Americans do it all the time. Americans that live by the border
for me to get
I never
citizenship
thought
in
about
Mexico.
it like that.
Is it? But it's not easy for me to get.
Not even just citizenship, but just crossing the border to go over there for medical services because it's cheaper over there. Americans do it constantly, all the time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's totally a thing.
Yeah, no, I had got some dental work done over in Mexico. Yeah. It was cheap.
Bro,
I don't think you should have said
you funny as shit, bro. You gotta be trolling me.
I don't really think
I feel like I'm being rage baited.
No, I did.
I don't think you should have said
No, I'm glad he said that.
No, I did because I was over there visiting with her family.
He said he went over the border and got some dental work.
No, I didn't. No, so here's the thing. I didn't plan on getting dental work done.
No.
But I was over there in Mexico. We was over there for like 2 weeks, and we were visiting her family and stuff. And my teeth started hurting. Yeah. And so that's why I was getting.
No, I'm not saying that like you're trying to take advantage of something, but the fact that you were able to do that and still be sort of insensitive to people trying to do like that's the thing that I'm reacting to. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm reacting to. And you say it with so much just like you a Republican, definitely. You definitely a Republican.
Like all the confidence in the world, but you know.
Hey, that's hard. But hey, respect. Right?
I voted for Obama twice. So. I don't know, man.
Politicians make my skin itch. I'd say like
I just don't like being played with.
I don't like being played with either.
I don't like being lied to. And honestly, when I catch somebody lying, and I've seen this from some of the Democrats. When I catch them lying, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And that's not to say that Republicans don't lie either, because they do.
Oh, they definitely. You
know what I'm saying? But definitely do. I don't know. I've came to my views, man, just over the years and just looking at certain things.
I can respect that.
And the reality is that you got a lot of people that say that Democrats haven't done anything for black people. And I look at this, I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do here? You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at these things, you have to look at it from a professional point of view and actually come up with a conclusion and not just talking points. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you actually stand for? What do you actually agree with? What do you actually disagree with? The thing I actually do like about Trump is that he's actually very truthful in the things that he say. Like he doesn't sugarcoat it. And we've had a history of politicians sugarcoating stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And not telling us the truth. And when you get somebody that does that, you kind of like, and then on top of that, the guy's funny.
So you think
you look at it like, okay.
So you think that everything that come out his mouth is truth? Huh? You think everything that come out of Trump's mouth is truth?
Yo, this is so. I wish we had more time on this.
I don't know. When you have somebody sit up there and say, all right, because you can't even be a conspiracy theory nowadays with this guy. When you have somebody sit, they ask him, so why did you over there in Venezuela? What was the purpose? He's like, oh, we getting the oil. He literally said it. So it's like you can't even. He's telling you what he's doing. It's not like he's lying about it. He's like, yeah, we gotta get people out of this country. They came over here illegally. They need to go back to where they came from. He's telling you exactly what he's doing.
I had all these conversations.
So I don't know.
You look exhausted.
Yeah, I have a lot of these conversations.
You look exhausted, bro.
I'm actually glad that you came. And
this is man. I wish we had more time because man, we could really like.
I mean, he what he said. I respect your conviction. I respect it.
Hey man,
that's why a lot of times when me and him have conversations,
I'm not saying he's incapable of lying.
He's a liar. He's just because he tells the truth half the time doesn't mean he's not a liar. Right. That's probably the best way to lie is to tell the truth when it's like really, really like crazy. Like, whoa, why would he lie about this other thing? And we just said we over there for the oil. Like Trump is not a dumb person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
that's a good point.
It's like politicians, white politicians, Democrat or Republican, lie. You know what I'm saying?
They
lie. You know, and then he's a businessman on top of that.
It's a liar.
He's a liar. But God, this is so good. Do you think he's a good leader?
Yes.
Okay.
A leader who can make decisions, who can make the correct decisions at least 60% of the time is a good leader. Because a good leader is not going to make 100% the right choices.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If you can make it at least 60% of the chance, you're a good leader.
A good leader has a conviction and they stick to what their principles are and move forward with that, whether people agree with it or not.
Whether they agree with it or not. And sometimes you have to make the hard decision.
Right,
a good leader makes the hard decision.
Now, do you think he's a good leader for the United States? A good government service leader? What you described was a good leader, like that would be a coach for a basketball team or a principal for a school or a person that's running a corporation. This is service to the people. So leadership and service to the people is different than leadership for a financial goal or cause or winning a game. Well, everything that you said makes sense, but this is service to the people.
What's in the best interest of the United States of America?
Right, and not what
the American citizens.
Yeah. Right. So there was a president. Which one was that one president? One of the presidents, I forget the name. One of my really smart friends told me this. I can't remember the name. He had a peanut farm. And when he ran for president and won, he sold his peanut farm so that there was no conflict of interest in his leadership when he's running the country and serving the people. I can't remember this. Somebody look it up. It's a thing, right? One of my really smart white homies told me this. And Trump has made like $1 billion in crypto since he's been president here. And the idea that he's serving the country and the people as a serviceman and not lining up his pockets with, in this regard, would be like easy to like laugh at this point, right?
I would agree with you on that, but then I've seen that his salary is only $1.
So what?
So he's not accepting the actual president.
You're a serviceman. If you don't want to be paid the way a president is paid, then don't be the president.
But then my thing,
don't apply for the job.
But my thing is, you have presidents who come in and they make what the president's supposed to make, but then they leave making millions of dollars.
They can do that because they leave making it, not doing it while they're supposed to be working for the country.
Are they doing it when they leave, or are they doing it while they're actually in office?
I believe they're doing it when they leave, because even you just said they make millions after they leave. Yeah. So because you just said that, we could cut that, right?
I meant to say
no. Because you said that because
I meant to say by the time they leave office, they've made millions of dollars.
That's what everybody.
But we know for a fact that.
So every politician lines their pockets, then.
Yeah, which is bad. Not every politician does this. The ones that are bad,
that was really
and they don't.
That was really a question.
What are you talking about?
Every politician line their pockets.
Every politician
be lining their pockets.
I don't think every politician does that.
Kamala just bought an $8 million.
Good for her. She just wrote a book that sold a whole bunch of shit too, and she was also an attorney for years. And you don't think she had money before she became whatever she became? Trump is literally a president that makes $1 billion, and
but he was already a billionaire. Don't you think that people who don't have
but hold on. But what I'm talking about is what he's done, what he's made since he's been president, not what he made before. In crypto, he is worth $1 billion because of the decisions that he's made while being president.
He's made $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, we'll say somebody go research that, but he's made a substantial amount of money.
I got to research that.
Yeah, he's made.
I don't know. You would know. I think you would know that.
But
I don't know that.
I'll say this. Cut that and just say he's made a substantial amount of money privately based on the decisions that he's made as president. That is that can be proven. That can be researched. That can be looked at, and that is unethical. Yes.
That's a bad thing?
Yes, because that's a conflict of interest.
But what if it benefits everybody?
But it's not. How is it?
What if it benefits the majority of people?
But you talking about what if. Tell me that it is, and then I'll be quiet.
What's wrong with him making money from decisions that he's made?
Because if it hurts the American people, if it hurts the middle class,
so him making $1 billion from crypto.
It's how you're making it. If you're making if you're using your leverage as a serviceman of the United States for the people, if you're using your leverage there to make decisions that lines your pocket that doesn't help the people, that is unethical.
But why wouldn't it help the people?
How is it?
if it's not from a proper moral standpoint.
It's like yeah, like so you would hire somebody
I don't
to.
know. That's something I have to look into.
Yes, you do.
I'll concede that because I have to look into that.
And I'll say this, and I don't mean to turn your cheek or as a slight to you, but I'm gonna jab you a little bit.
I'll go for it.
You sound like a Republican. You sound like a Republican, and the way I look at those people sometimes is they're people that are more concerned with what benefits them as individually as opposed to what benefits the country. And
well, I'm not running for president of the United States.
No, you're not.
So I'm going to do what's in the best interest of me and my family.
You're defending someone who does, and as if he's you. When he's not the president, do whatever you want to do, but you're a serviceman.
I mean, I feel like you can get backlash either way.
I think
even if he wasn't the president, he would still get backlash.
Why? Well, nobody care about what he doing if he's not president. Nobody give a fuck. It's a bunch of millionaires that make more money, billionaires that are doing what. Ain't nobody thinking about them.
I think the only after his presidency, I don't think there's gonna be talking.
After his presidency, this nigga finna be president a third term. We finna go to war, and he gonna find us a vote. He gonna be president the
way
he's out here breaking rules, doing whatever he want to do. Now, the one thing that I will say about Trump that he's doing, he's showing that, bro. For every Democrat politician or president that have ever said that, oh, I can't do it because of this or that, he's showing that shit. If there's a will, there's a motherfucking way. And I will give him that. I would love a person that care about the people as a whole to have this type of like bravado in office.
Showing that what you can get away with.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would appreciate that. But I will say this, I'm not anti-American. Like not to the slightest bit. You ain't finna catch me sitting here talking shit about my country and shit like in that regard. But the people that's running it in the government are definitely doing a shitty job and they're immoral. Yeah. But that's completely different from what I believe we are as Americans. If we go to certain countries that don't give a fuck about us, whether we black, Mexican American, white American, they treat us all the same. They think we all a joke, not just white folks. They think we all a joke. We're Americans at the end of the day, and black people in America, honestly, we have this, we're the only ones that have this kind of like idea of other people with the same skin color as us in other countries as if we like brothers and shit. And they're looking at us knowing that, you know, we ain't your brother.
That's the case. They don't look at us like,
we not black, we this. You know what I'm saying? We not black. You talking about skin color. Well, I'm talking about where we actually from. You're American. And we laugh
talking about culture. Yeah. That's what it's about.
They're talking about culture. We confused and
the motherland
by skin color. You know, skin color.
It's funny. I actually had a teacher who was African. He lived in here, and he literally separated himself. I'm not African American. I'm an African in America. Let's be very serious.
And I don't even use the term African American. I am a black American. I'm American and I'm black.
That's the right way to use it.
I'm a black American. I'm not African.
Because I've never been to Africa. So how can I call myself African American? I don't even think my roots are from Africa.
Everybody roots from Africa.
You think so?
Just really far away. But I get what you're saying. Like I'm so far removed from it that it's like, you know, I'm American. To denounce my American, you know, citizenship is to disregard my ancestors that were slaves here, my ancestors that fought over here, and my ancestors that went through terrible shit during the Jim Crow era and stuff like that in the Civil War. I'm not finna turn my back on those people because of, you know, an idea that I'm a brotherhood with somebody from Africa. Well, I would love to be like that, but it is also determined by how you look at me. I am an American. Yes. I'm a black American and I ride for my black American culture. You know what I'm saying? Whether people over there in these other countries like it or not, or bro, they not looking at us the way we looking at them.
Look, we got 3 minutes, but I would say this.
Man, 2 hours, bro.
I would say.
I want to talk about spirituality and all that.
I love hearing the debate that y'all had, and it was exhausting listening to you, Javon. But
hey, you know,
but look, I do appreciate. But Kendall, I do appreciate you coming on once again. I do appreciate you coming on, giving your feedback, and also giving your input on to what's going on in America, but just in general as an African. I'm sorry. As a black American. See, I had to quote, I got myself. So I do appreciate you on that. And also, Javon, you know, you
Wow,
know,
funny, bro.
you know my boy.
Hey man.
This
You
is
know my
good.
boy.
This
You know, I
is
always appreciate you, my boy.
good. Indeed.
Hey, look, at the end of the day, man, listen. The way I look at this is like we all think differently. We all have different opinions. Some of us agree, some of us disagree.
Yep.
But the reality is this, man. Like I like my culture.
Yep.
I like being black. Okay.
Yep,
I don't
me
have
too.
a problem with my skin color.
Me
okay.
neither.
As if anything, if we had to go down that route and we had to say, is there a superior race? I would say it's us. We have the most charisma.
Yes.
We dominate the entertainment industry,
Yes, we do.
sports, music,
Yes.
comedy,
Everybody wanna
everything.
be it.
We are that good. They women want us. You know what I'm saying? Like we can
magic,
go,
bro.
We can go down the thing.
Who
But
don't
here's the
wanna
reality
be
is
us?
that
We're
I
magic,
want
bro.
better. I want better for my people, man. I want better. I want us to get out of this victim mentality, and I want us to do better, and I want us to actually succeed. I want to see more black millionaires. Like, there's no reason that we can't be that.
We
You know
on
what
the
I'm saying?
rise.
We on the rise, bro.
Yeah, we on the rise.
We get into the business.
Yep.
I think a lot of
We're on the rise.
even the guys I work with, I tell them, man, I'm like, you don't have to just be a basketball
Yeah.
player or a president, bro. You can run a business. You don't. If you don't want to go to college, run a business.
Yep.
You don't even need to go to college to run a business.
And then take that
You know what I'm
money,
saying?
play that stock market, and help the
Yeah.
economy grow.
You know what I'm saying?
what I mean? And then
Yeah.
you
And-
got your bread.
I wanted to get in. I wanted to get into talking about the youth because we don't have time. Because I think that we need to be teaching right now. We need to teach our young men what it means to be a man.
Yes.
And I think that
financial
that is
literacy.
extremely, and financial literacy is super important.
Y'all just gotta have me back.
We gonna have you. We gonna finish this conversation. We gonna finish
This
this
is a very good
conversation.
conversation.
You know what I'm
This is
saying? Because
very
we got a lot to talk about, bro.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And it should have been 2 hours, but man, we got a lot to
I
talk
mean,
about, bro.
but we got what we got from it. And,
Yeah.
it's always the next time.
We're gonna flip this up. We got some stuff.
Yeah.
We got
But, all right, so thank y'all everyone for
sure.
for being on our show.
Thank you
Kendu,
for having me.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank
Appreciate you always. You know, I was gonna
sir.
dap you
Yes,
up.
sir.
I was gonna dap you up when we get out. So. All right, we out.
All
Over and out.
Peace.